All right, so here's your algebra quiz review for multi-step equations. Let's go ahead and jump right in with this first equation. It says 4 times negative 6n plus 6 equals negative 72. So the first thing I need to do is distribute. So 4 times negative 6n is negative 24n. And 4 times positive 6 is positive 24 equals negative 72. Next, I need to undo addition or subtraction. So I have to get rid of this positive 24. So I'm going to subtract 24 from both sides. And now I have negative 24n equals negative 96. And finally, I need to divide both sides by negative 24. So n equals positive 4. In our next example here, we have negative 90 equals 2 times 8r minus 5. Again, I'm going to start off by distributing. So 2 times 8r is 16r. And 2 times negative 5 is negative 10. And I bring down this negative 90. Next, I need to undo addition subtraction. So I'm going to get rid of this negative 10 by adding 10 to both sides. On the right, I have 16r, and on the left, I have negative 80. Finally, I need to divide both sides by 16. And negative 80 divided by positive 16 is negative 5. All right, this next example is an example of an equation with variables on both sides. We have negative 3x minus 8 equals negative 4x minus x. First, we can go ahead and combine like terms over here. So we have negative 3x minus 8 equals, and here, negative 4x, and remember the invisible 1, and negative 1x, that's negative 5x. So normally, I would tell you to pick on the variable of lesser size, but the only thing on this side here is the negative 5x. So I'm going to get rid of this negative 3x. So I'm going to add 3x to both sides. On the left, I have negative 8. And on the right, negative 5x plus 3x is negative 2x. And last, all I have to do is divide both sides by negative 2. And I get x equals positive 4. Next example. 4 minus 6b equals 6 minus 6b. So I have variables on both sides. I need to eliminate them. They're both the same. So if I add 6b to both sides, let's see what happens. They cancel out here. I end up on the left side with 4 and on the right side with 6. Well, 4 doesn't equal 6. So this is a false statement. But remember, this is not the answer. The answer, when you get a false statement like this, that both variables get eliminated, and you end up with a false statement like this, the answer is no solution. Now, if this same thing happens, but you end up with something that is true, like for example, 9 equals 9, then the answer there is infinitely many solutions. Last two examples here. Here we have negative 5 times 7r plus 7 equals 5 plus 5r. So negative 5 times 7r is negative 35r. And negative 5 times 7 is negative 35 equals 5 plus 5r. So now I have variables on both sides. So I have a negative 35r on the left and a positive 5r on the right. So I'm going to eliminate the variable of lesser value. And remember, negatives are always less than positives. So I'm going to get rid of negative 35r. I'm going to add 35r to both sides. And I get on the left negative 35 equals 5 plus 35r plus 5r is 40r. Next, I have to get rid of this 5, so I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides. Negative 35 minus 5 is negative 40 equals 40r. And finally, divide both sides by 40. And I get r equals negative 1. All right, last example. We have distributed property on both sides, so let's go ahead and get to it. So we have 8 times negative 6 is negative 48, and 8 times negative 1x is negative 8x equals, we have here negative 6, and then 2 times negative 1 is negative 2, and 2 times x is 2x. All right, we can combine like terms here on the right. So we have here negative 48 minus 8x equals negative 6 minus 2 is negative 8 plus 2x. Now I need to eliminate the variable of lesser value. And in that case, this is negative 8x is less than positive 2x. So I'm going to get rid of that. So I'm going to add 8x to both sides. And I have here on the left, negative 48 equals negative 8 plus 10x. Next, I have to get rid of this negative 8, so I'm going to add 8 to both sides. On the right, I have 10x, and on the left, negative 48 plus 8 is negative 40. And finally, divide both sides by 10. And I get x equals negative 4. All right, I hope that this video helped you to prepare for your quiz on multi-step equations.